Hi, so we're here with the BugBot kit. This is a kit from makerspacecharlotte.org. Here's some that are completed. I think this one has a name. I think this one's particularly cute. This one looks scary. Let's open the kit. Inside, we've got, by the way, if you have a hard time opening these kits, take a pair of scissors and just hold it up there against the edge and push it with your thumb and it'll pop right off. Inside, hey, it's stuck. We've got some fun little fuzzy things for you. They get harder and harder to get out, I think, as they get deeper in, so don't push them in too far. Those will come in handy later for decorating. Oh, look at that. There's a little motor. All right, finally got it out. What have we got here? We've got some legs made of, we've got some wire, we've got a framework, we've got some fuzzy wuzzies. Let's put all that stuff aside for the moment. We've got some copper tape, a motor. These are the important bits to start with, and batteries, right? All right. So in the first step, we're going to clean up the parts, make sure none of these have any extra bits of wood in them. And then we're going to add this copper tape. To get the tape started, put it out just a little bit of your fingers and exercise it back and forth like this. It'll get tired of that, and eventually it'll separate. And when it separates like that, you can peel the backing off, but just a little bit, not too much. You need about an inch of backing off. Now we're going to do the hardest one first. See this triangle right here? We're going to come from the bottom and we're going to put this in right there. But first we're going to come from the bottom. Just wiggle it a little bit, get it to come through. Maybe pull it up from the bottom. Just need enough copper tape here. Come down and go right across like that. You see that? We want to keep it to the right of this line. If you got this, you can just kind of like reinforce this line to make sure, because it's important that they don't touch each other. So we put that line there to help you keep them separated. So that should be pretty good. Push that in a little bit there. That's the first piece of copper tape. Now we've got all the rest of this copper tape. So what do? Well, we've got a bend here that goes a 45 over to this little shoulder here, comes down on the other side, it goes to this little shoulder on this side, comes down on the other side, goes in here. About the time you get here, you're going to want to come in here where the battery's going to go. And I'm just going to fold this back like this, and I'm going to cut a little bit of tape off with my thumb. I'm going to cut that off. And I'm just going to take this and fold it back like this, and then come up in here where the battery is going to go. Okay, and that way we've got some copper right there, one piece, no breaks, that goes all the way around here and brings that bottom side of the battery up to the right hand side. The motor's going to live right here, so that's where that goes. Now, with some copper foil we have left, we're going to take a little piece here and just lay it right here where the top of the battery is going to be, and right up this line, but not touching that other one. It's important that these not touch each other, because electricity, we like to say, electricity is lazy. And if it can get across here, it will, in which case it won't bother with supporting our motor. All right, so now we have copper on the left going to the top of the battery, and copper on the right going to the bottom of the battery. In this step, we're going to install the batteries. So first, let's check the batteries in the motor. This part of the battery, the inside circle, is negative, and this outside of the battery is positive. The important thing is that they're different. The same is true of this motor. It has two little pieces of metal, and if we very carefully put one on one side and one on the other, look at that, the motor will spin up. You can feel the vibrations in your finger. We're going to we're going to use 2 batteries. So let's set a battery in there, and then going in the same direction, set the second battery in. They should fit pretty snugly. To hold them in place, we're going to use this cable tie. I'm going to come up from the bottom, go over the batteries, and down. I'll put that one in just before I seal this up. Pull those tight, and here we close this off and tighten that down, and now the batteries are pretty well held in place. Last thing you can do here is take a pair of scissors, cut that little bit off, and there you go. You've got batteries in your BugBot. All right, in the next step, we're going to put the motor in. The motor is going to live right up here. And if you hold this right here and touch those 2 contacts to the 2 pieces of copper, it should start to spin for you. That's what we're going to attempt. Oop, see it going? So we're going to mount that motor in there so that it spins. To do this, we're going to run this up from the back and over and down. And before we close this up, we're going to put the motor in, but I'm going to get this started just to make it easier. So I don't have to mess with it too much once I get the motor in place, because the motor is pretty small. So I'm going to pull this down. Not all the way, but getting close. Then I'm going to slip the motor in here, like this. It should probably start to vibrate on me. If I get it lined up right, it should start to vibrate. And I'm going to pull this tight as it's vibrating. Find a good position where it likes to vibrate, tighten it up, and then we can cut that off. Now we've got a vibrating BugBot. Woo! That guy's excited. So in this step, we're going to put legs on this crazy guy. I'm going to take these legs, I'm going to just fold them in half, and I'm going to put them through here. And I'm just going to put these through the middle. Here and here. A bit, and then pull them through the end like this. Bring it down here, not so tight. I don't want to like tangle all that, but we're going to lift these up this way and then down again like this. So they touch down. Now he's got legs. And now I'm going to do a pair of hardwire legs. I'm going to add those to the right up in front. Bring those down, pull it. I'm going to keep it behind the motor here, and I'll pull them up like this and down again. It's getting scary. Woo! Oh, he behaves differently now. I'll add another pair of crazy legs. Maybe to the very front. And these ones really could get into the motor. I'm going to push the motor up just a little bit, so it's got room there. And I'm going to pull this down. I don't want that interfering with the motor. And I'm going to pull this up here like this, and then bend those down. I think these ones I'm going to put up just to make them look funny. All right, then how about one more pair of hardwire legs? This will be for the back. It's kind of hard to see this back anymore, isn't it? There's one hole there, and I don't know, it's got to be around there somewhere. Push that in there. Bend that up like this. Bend it down. They come up above the body and then back down. Look. There you go. There you've got a spider all of your own. Now, if you bend these legs around in different ways, you'll notice that he walks in his own special pattern. If you get them close, you can make him tall and high. Woo! So have fun experimenting with different walking patterns. Let me know what you find out. You can make him. Woo! And there's the BuvBot. By the way, to turn him off, if you slide the motor forward, it will turn off and you can rest right there in the off position. Okay?